gather round, an adventure is always waiting. There's storytelling news for us, and we always know what's happening. We act, we play, we dance, we sing from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning. Youth on the go. Let's start the show. Youth on the go. Let's start the show. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Good morning, good morning, good morning to all of our radio listeners, our viewers via Von Radio's Facebook Live and YouTube channels, and welcome to another edition of Youth on the Go here on Von Radio. Every Saturday morning we come to you. We're bringing lots of activities, opportunities, events, and sometimes we do some recaps to see what our students and our young people have been engaged in over the past few weeks. And this morning, of course, is no different. We started off with a few showers, but now the sun is out. I don't know if it's because it was close to 9 o'clock and they knew we were bringing you the entire sun. But good morning and greetings to everyone out there, especially those listening right here and at home and as well as abroad. And my name is Anella Claxton from the Department of Education. DeAndre will be joining me in a few minutes. But this week was a very exciting and I think simultaneously restful week for some. We had 2 holidays during the course of the week, 1, 2. So some persons got 2 days to rest and some got 2 days to participate in activities which demonstrate our national pride, our patriotism, and it was a wonderful feeling. I don't know about everyone else, but to see everybody in their flag colors, to see people repping hard. I wish we could rep hard all year long, but repping hard is not necessarily about wearing the flag colors or the national dress colors. It's really making sure that whatever we do, that all of our actions reflect nation building, that we are making positive contributions at all times to our country. And so we want to continue to be patriotic. We want to continue to take care of our country. We want to continue and encourage all of you to continue to do your very best to be good citizens, to be model citizens, so that we can wear our flag colors and our national patriotic, our patriotic colors, our colors that show that we are proud to be citizens of St. Kitts and Nevis. We wear them in our hearts and we wear them openly as part of our attire every single day that we possibly can. And so DeAndre is here, so I'm going to allow him to say good morning.
Good morning.
All right. So DeAndre, we're talking about the Independence Week. So on Monday we had National Heroes Day. So we started off the week with a first holiday. And of course there was the official award ceremony in St. Kitts at the National Heroes Park. So we'll talk about that a little bit more during our quiz time. But that happened on Monday, and some persons had other activities going on. You know, we always, for one thing, if it's one thing about our culture, we take advantage of holidays. So you had beach nicks and fun days and other activities, but we started off the week well with a holiday. And Tuesday and Wednesday there were work days, but I know I must say we had the first ever National Patriotic Day at the school level. And what we are trying to promote, and it's going to be annual, we're trying to promote that sense of national pride. And so we had students who were challenged to come up with, and of course their parents, to come up with something creative that they can wear but represents their connection to the nation of St. Kitts and Nevis. And so that was done throughout the island. Many schools had their patriotic program, I think, throughout the Federation, and some persons didn't do the patriotic program. Some schools did a twist. One school did a field trip to some of the major historical sites and sang the patriotic songs at the sites. There was a school that had the national hero. Charlestown Primary had our only living national hero at the school on Wednesday, and they focused on national heroes and nation building from that perspective. We had some schools that went around and spent the day highlighting persons who contributed to building the school as a hero for the school and helping students to see that you should always applaud the accomplishments of those persons who made a contribution to building whether your institution or the island or country on a whole. And so that happened as well. And so you had many activities happening, but all with one goal: to help us to be proud, to help us to celebrate our independence, and of course the fact that we're here in St. Kitts and Nevis. And so commendations go out to all of you as well. And then on Thursday, we had our second holiday. And I think people just wanted another one on Friday, so let's just call it a week. But Thursday was the 36th anniversary of our independence. And we had the annual parade, which took place at, well, we had one in St. Kitts and one in Nevis. The one in Nevis took place at the ETW Park. And then in the evening, there was the Independence Cocktail, hosted by Her Honor, Deputy Governor General, Mrs. Hailita Liebert. And so that culminated our official independence activity. I think we had, oh no, I missed, there were several concerts throughout the week. So there's nothing that, there was no opportunity for us to say, well, I don't understand what it means to be patriotic. I don't understand independence. You know, we like to say we don't feel it. We go based on feelings a lot. And so you were able to feel the independent spirit throughout. On Friday, persons were in town even still wearing their flag shirts, and you saw that throughout the week as well. So I just want to commend all of us who have been doing our best to build that sense of patriotism. But once again, we want to continue to do that throughout the course of the year and not just in this season. Leandra, did you have a patriotic program?
No.
Okay.
Wait, yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you sing?
No.
All right, but we as I said, we want to commend everyone for their hard work, and of course their commitment to the activity. I also want to say, last week we had the representatives from the NHCS here, and they were speaking to us about the beach cleanup, the island-wide beach cleanup, and I must say that I don't know if you were listening in, and we spoke about Miss Nikesha Henry was here, and she was talking about her petition to ban single-use plastics on the island. And she had started a petition sometime back, I think in February, but she was using a paper-based petition. And following the show, somebody advised her that she could also do an online petition. And she was able to, and I haven't checked this morning, but she was able to, her goal was, I think, 500 signatures. So I was giving her some ideas as to how she could get 500 physical signatures. But she was able to get some real traction this week on the banning of single-use plastics using the Facebook, using change.org and pushing it through social media. And so I think she's well over her initial goal, and I want to say congratulations to her. They are out this morning, as I said, doing the beach cleanup, and I'm hoping that everyone who's hearing me, all the persons who are actually hearing me, you're hearing me because you have your phone locked into Vaughan Radio while you do the cleanup, and that you're not at home, because we all wanted to go out to make sure we're part of the beach cleanup activity. All right. We're going to take a short break, DeAndre, and when we come back, we'll start on our independence quiz.
From Queen City, Nevis, this is the powerhouse of the Eastern Caribbean, Vaughan Radio.
It's time, come on, rise and shine. You know, I know we're gonna have a great time. And now we're past this quickly, you don't wanna miss it. So turn up the radio, it's youth on the go. Youth on the go. Oh. we always know what's happening. We act, we play, we dance, we sing from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning. Youth on the go. Let's start the show. Youth on the go. Let's start the show. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Good morning, good morning, good morning to all of our radio listeners, our viewers via Vaughn Radio's Facebook Live and YouTube channels. And welcome to another edition of Youth on the Go here on Vaughn Radio. Every Saturday morning we are here with you. A couple of years ago we said we don't bring you the sunshine, we bring you the entire sun. And DeAndre, we are here, as I said, at the end of a very active and eventful week. And we promised last week that we were going to do give out a few prizes for in honor of independence, in honor of our 36th anniversary of independence. And so we wanted to make sure that we got some of those in today. For numbers to call, 469-1616, 469-1700. Okay. Our first question. What is the name of the act which allows us to honor persons who have given remarkable service to the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis? Very easy one. And in what year was the act passed? What is the name of the act which allows us to honor persons who have given remarkable service to the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis? And in what year was that act passed? Don, do you have any clue? He's looking at me like, This was something I learned this week. Lifelong learning is a new spin to lifelong learning. So I know that if I learned it this week, that somebody out there learned it this week. Because we had many of our schools, we were focused on independence for the last 2 weeks. And so I know that you would also have learned it sometime this past week or the week before. So what is the name of the act which allows us to honor persons who have given service, remarkable service, to St. Kitts and Nevis? And in what year was it passed? All right, so, of course, as I said, we had the numbers to call before I go into discussion with DeAndre. Numbers to call to answer that question, 469-1616, 469-1700. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
Good.
Wonderful. Do you have an answer for us?
Yes.
Okay, what is the answer?
1998. National Heroes Act.
Okay. Almost there, but not quite. So do a little bit more research, look a little bit deeper, and then come right back to us, okay? Okay. So let me repeat the question. What is the name of the act which allows us to honor persons who have given remarkable service to the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, and in what year was it passed? Okay, so DeAndre, we can't discuss too much about the national heroes and all of that because we're trying to make those questions. So I'm hoping that we get a lot of winners this morning so we can get into deeper discussion. But there is an act which allows us to honor. That's how we get to honor all the people. That's how, because, on National Heroes Day itself, and that is what we use, the piece of legislation that allows us to do that. And what I need to hear from our listening audience is, what is the name of the act and in what year was it passed? The number is to call, 469-1616, 469-1700. But who is a national hero, DeAndre? Okay, we have a call on the line. Good morning.
Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Good.
Wonderful. Do you have an answer for us?
Yes.
What is the answer?
The National Honors established the class award in the Federation of St. Christopher and Nevis. It was established in 1998.
All right. And so, tell me how you found your answer. Because you sound like you really have it. How did you go about finding your answer?
I had some notes in school.
Okay, good job. What is your teacher's name?
Teacher Jeffers.
Teacher Jeffers. What school do you attend?
Primary
Okay,
school.
so we have to call, highlight this morning Teacher Jeffers. Good morning to you, Teacher Jeffers. The act is actually the National Honors Act. Good job. What is your name?
My name is Augusticia Selma.
Oh, hi, Augusticia. I haven't heard from you in a while. How was your Independence Week?
Good.
Okay, what did you do for Independence National Patriotic Day at your school? What did you do?
We can have some service
Oh,
on
you-
Wednesday.
Oh, you decorated. What did you do?
I do a song.
What
It
song?
is nice.
Nevis Nice? You could sing a piece of Nevis Nice for us? I'm putting you on the spot. You want to try?
Yes.
Okay, let me hear you.
Everybody talking about the country and how the native land is diverse,
Hmm.
but never ever let know.
Yeah.
Foreign a foodie, some of them land is in a mess. So when we talk about the
What? You want to go and sing the chorus?
okay, can I do the chorus?
That's fine. Go ahead.
God bless our country, bless our native land, grant us the courage to change the things we can,
All
to
right.
bring progress to our land. We call it the land of our birth paradise here on earth. It is the experience of paradise here on earth. Leave it nice, 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 leave it nice. Natural beauty, the air is so good.
Awesome. Give yourself a big clap. August, what grade are you in? You said grade 5?
Yes.
I love your energy. You are, you have a very, very positive attitude, and I love that. Thank you so much for working with me. Can you get here by 10 o'clock? Can you get to Von Radio by 10 o'clock?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much for calling, okay?
Okay, I'm living in the country.
Okay, so it might take you a little while. Okay, hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to transfer you over to Melissa to get your mommy's contact, okay?
Okay.
Okay, that was Augusticia, and let me tell you, that she has a positive attitude. I know she's going to do very well in life because you felt her energy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, she wasn't shy at all, which is good. All right, so the National Honors Act is actually the name of the act, DeAndre. Okay, so we talk. Who is a national hero, though, DeAndre? When you think of national heroes, what do you think automatically? And it's not a question for a
help
prize.
the federation.
People who help the federation. How? Because lots of people help. I mean, we all do something to help. I think for most part, but
Like the first people, like the first premier and the first prime minister.
Well, so far I think a lot of those are a lot of the firsts, yes. But I think the biggest thing is that they made a significant, memorable, something that you can remember for a long time. Something that their contributions are such that when you look at, for example, your constitution, or when you look at certain buildings, or you look throughout the country, you can see and feel their contribution. So, who are, or how many national heroes do we have, and who are those persons? So I need the number of national heroes, and I need you to also give the list of who they are. Remember, the numbers to call are 469-1616. Somebody has to answer really quickly. Okay? Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Good.
Wonderful. Do you know how many national heroes we have?
Yes.
Okay, and do you know their names?
Yes.
Wonderful. Let's go.
There are 5 national heroes, and their names are Joseph M. France, Kennedy Simmons, Paul Southwell, Simeon Daniel, and Robert William Bradshaw.
Woo! Wow, 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 wow. What's your name?
Tejane David.
Okay, Tejane, so let me tell you. we're going to go through this again because they are national heroes, there is a certain thing that you have to put in front of their names, right? So you have to put the right
Excellent.
Oh, you know it?
Yes.
Yeah, so let's go again. Right? We want to make sure we get it right so that the persons who are listening can also learn it the correct way, okay? We're teaching people this morning. Ready?
The right excellent. Robert Llewellyn Bradshaw, right excellent. Simeon Daniel, right excellent. Paul Southwell, right excellent. Joseph L. France, right excellent. Simeon Daniel.
I think you repeated one.
Kennedy Simmons, right excellent.
Okay, so you got all of them right, okay? You got all of them correct. And so we have a lot of persons. So maybe one day, and it's Tejane, right? Tejane?
Yes.
Maybe one day we would have the right excellent Tejane David.
Tejane David.
Yes, the right excellent Tejane David. How does that sound?
Good.
I love it. All right, so that means that you have to continue to make a positive contribution, and you have to do some things in life to build our country that are significant and memorable that people will never forget, okay? You started off on the right path. You're doing a good job, so we want you to continue. How was your Independence Week?
It was very nice.
So tell me about it. What happened?
We see the Independence March, and we had a program at our school.
And how was the program?
The program was very good.
Okay. What was your favorite part of it?
They read the poem.
Mm-hmm. Were you part of the poem?
Yes.
Okay, do you know the poem?
Yes.
Oh, let's go.
36 years of independence is really great. 36 years of unity, let us celebrate. A nation that stood in a test of time. A nation grounded and surely divine.
Woo! Good job, good job, good job. What grade are you in, Tejane? Grade
Grade
3, right? Yes. All right, and who's your teacher?
Teacher Thomas and Teacher Busu.
All right, you have Teacher Thomas and Teacher Busu. You're fortunate. Okay, so tell Teacher Thomas and Teacher Busu that you did an exceptional job on the radio, and you know that we have your prize here for you, okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much, Tejane.
And
Go ahead.
I will try to come 10 o'clock.
Okay then, darling. Okay. All right. Wonderful. All right. On that note, I'm feeling inspired. Our students sound so enthusiastic about our country and about independence. I'm proud.
You know, fun fact, Simeon Dan on
The right,
the right
Dr. The Right Excellent Sir
Simeon.
Simeon Daniel.
You know, he's my cousin.
Oh, because your name is DeAndre Daniel. That
No,
would
he not because of
Oh,
that. He's
okay.
actually my cousin. No, yeah, he's actually my cousin.
Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. So you want to be Dr. The Right Excellent Sir DeAndre Daniel. I know. I'm starting off a little trend here. I think everybody wants to be a national hero by the time we're done. But even if we never get knighted as national heroes, even if we don't receive the honor, the highest honor, the Order of a National Hero, that's okay. We can continue to build our country, and that is the point, to continue to build our country to make sure that we have a place that we can be proud of, and that children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren can call into the radio station and talk about us in the way that we're talking about those persons who came before us. On that note, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back.
When VON vibrates, the whole Caribbean must shake.
860 AM, the Powerhouse.
It's time, come on, rise and shine. You know, I know we're gonna have a great time. An hour passes quickly, you don't wanna miss it. So turn up the radio, it's Youth on the Go. Youth on the Go. Oh, let's start the show. Oh, Youth on the Go. Oh, let's start the show. Let's go. I will learn new things. I will be creative. Grab your gears, let's gather around. An adventure is always waiting. There's storytelling news for us, and we always know what's happening. We act, we play, we dance, we sing from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning. Youth on the go. Whoa, let's start the show. Youth on the go. Whoa, let's start the show. Let's go.
Let's go. Good morning to all of our radio listeners, our viewers via Von Radio's Facebook Live and YouTube channels, and welcome to another edition of Youth on the Go here on Von Radio. I must say this morning we are enthusiastic. We just came off of our independence celebrations, and if you don't hear, if you can't see it, then I don't know. I think you need to turn your radio up a little louder, because we are here and enthused about independence in our Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. I am Zanella Claxton from the Department of Education, alongside my co-host
DeAndre Daniel.
DeAndre. So we had two really good troopers this morning, little unsung heroes in their own right, and they've answered some of the questions that we've asked. Okay? The next question pertains directly to independence, and so the question is, how many years of independence did the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis celebrate this year? And what was the theme for the independence celebrations? So, how many years of independence did the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis celebrate this year? And what was the theme for our independence? So we have two parts to the question. The numbers to call are 469-1616, 469-1700. How many years of independence did we celebrate as a Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis? And part two, what was the theme for this year's independence celebration?
They have themes.
Oh, well, we'll talk about that right after we take this call. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
How are you doing today?
I'm good.
Wonderful. Do you have the answer for us, or answers?
This year we're celebrating 36 years of independence, and the theme was Unify, Transform, Enrich, Uplifting Communities for Independence 36.
Wonderful. What's your name?
Tejana Davis.
All right, Tejana. How was your independence celebration?
Good.
Okay, what did you do?
I participated in the Independence March.
Oh, you did? Well, congratulations. I'm proud of you for doing that. Okay, did you participate in your school's program?
Yes.
What did you do?
I did the scripture reading.
Oh, what? So you're leading on all forms then? Okay, so what was your favorite part of the event for the day at your school? The independence program?
The motivational speech by Kennedy Simmons.
By who?
Mr. Kennedy Simmons.
Okay, look and ask your sister how we started.
The Right Excellent Sir Kennedy Simmons.
All right, so That was it. What did he say to you? What do you remember from what he said?
He said it doesn't matter what size you are, it is what's in your head.
And what does that mean?
You can be small and have a lot of knowledge.
Good. And not only just have a lot of knowledge, but you can also be small and have a positive impact, right?
Yeah.
Because you can do good things. All right. Anything else you want to add about your independence celebrations?
No.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good job. Thank you so much for calling, and you were correct. And thank you so much, okay?
Okay.
Okay. All right. So, yes, Tijana was correct, or she's correct. We celebrated 36 years of independence here in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, and our theme was Unify, Transform, Enrich, uplifting communities for Independence 36. And so, DeAndre, every single year there's a theme, and there's actually a competition is launched early in the year, and students and persons in the community can submit their thoughts, their ideas for themes. And then at the end of it, when it's closed off, they have a committee. They sit and they select which theme is the best. So the theme is actually selected by the general public or written by someone from the general public. It's not something that, let's say, the Ministry of the Prime Minister's office writes, or something that somebody in an office writes. It's just a general person who has an idea and submits the theme, and they select the one that they think is the best.
So there's that one person out there who's like, yes, I wrote that.
Yes,
That's mine.
yes. And so one person out there, every time we say the theme, has an extra bit of pride. And that person can be you next year. And all of our listeners out there, I'll make sure that as we get closer to independence, that I share that the theme competition is open, and so that we can all participate and submit our theme ideas, so that perhaps next year, DeAndre or Augusticia or Tejane or Tejana or any one of our listeners out there might be the person who would have written the theme for Independence 37. And that would be pretty awesome. Okay, so we talked about the National Honors Act, which was passed. We also spoke a bit about, when we talked about independence, so all of it is happening at the same time. We have different levels of honors, okay? So you have the Order of the National Hero, and that's the person who gets the top honor. That's the right excellent. There are 5 of those. And then each year, there are different categories of honors which are given to persons, okay? So, I'm trying to get some names. I will call the name of the award, and I would like for you to tell us all the names of the persons who received that award for this year and the area in which they were recognized. So, give me the name of the person who received the award, there are persons who received the award federally, and the area in which they received the award. So you have different areas. You have sports, you have religion, you have education, you have health, you have community impact, different areas. We're looking for the names of the persons, and the first award is the Companion of the Star of Merit. Okay, so you had some persons who were able to receive the Companion of the Star of Merit. The question is, please provide or give us the names of the persons who received the Companion of the Star of Merit in 2019, and also tell us the area in which they received the award. Okay? The Companion of the Star of Merit and the area in which they received the award. Is that a difficult question, DeAndre?
No.
It isn't if we listen to the news all week. It was on the news, but the ceremony, like I said, took place at the National Heroes Park in St. Kitts. I know that some of us were able to go, some persons were not, but the news item was there. And of course, as I said, there are persons in both St. Kitts and Nevis who received the award. Please give the names of the persons who received the Companion of the Star of Merit Award, and that's the highest award after the Order of National Heroes. The names of the persons and the area in which they received the award. Okay, 469-1616, 469-1700. This one is easy, but I think 469-1616, 469-1700. Please provide the names of the persons who received the Companion of the Star of Merit Award, and please also let us know the area in which they received the award. I think there were let me give a clue. There were 5 persons to receive the Companion of the Star of Merit Award this year. Who are they? And in what area did they receive the award? Is this going to be our question stumper for this morning? And we always end up with a question that stumps everyone. I wonder if this is it.
I just knew something. Well, thought about it, then knew something. This is my 30th year? Yeah, 30th. Yes, I've been here for 3 years.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just thinking about it.
Just thinking about it.
I came here so long ago, and then it's like time moves so fast, and it feels like it was just yesterday. I'm like, oh hi, so now I'm coming here today.
3 years.
Yeah.
Okay, while we're waiting for persons to answer that call, perhaps we can give a slightly, let me see if I can find another question that we can get out there while we're waiting for persons who can give us the persons who were awarded. So, DeAndre, what's your favorite part about Independence Time?
The favorite part of it? Okay. Was it on Thursday? Independence was on Thursday, right?
Yes.
Okay. So on Thursday morning, I woke up and then my mom left to work. That was in St. Kitts at the time. So my mom left to work, and then, you have those TV with the cables and you could go and see what's happening. So I was in the chair, and then I turned on the TV, and they were on ZIZ, like the Prime Minister was talking about like the stuff, and so and then he said, I have 2 extra things to tell you, and then they said that there were 2 babies that were born on the day today, and then he saw the one was born like 5 something, and then the other one was born 6 something, like 1 hour apart, and then he saw them today, so they'll be like, oh, they could go all over the world and say that like I have the birthday of like St. Kitts and Nevis, because like, yeah.
So your favorite part of Independence is Independence babies?
Yeah, like
I know a lot
that
of
part
Independence
just
babies.
like,
Yeah, that just made you happy.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you just wish that you were an Independence baby too, so the Prime Minister can say, look, he's going to go on. All right, we're going to take a short break and we'll be right back.
Sugar City St. Kitts. Keep it sweet. Keep listening to Vaughn.
It's time, come on, rise and shine. You know, I know we're gonna have a great time. And now we're past it quickly, you don't wanna miss it. So turn up the radio, it's youth on the go. Youth on the go. Oh, let's start the show. Oh, youth on the go. Oh, let's gather around. An adventure is always waiting. There's storytelling news for us, and we always know what's happening. We act, we play, we dance, we sing from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning. Youth on the go. Whoa. Let's start the show. Youth on the go. Whoa. Let's start the show. Let's go, let's go, let's go. It's time, come on, rise and shine. You know, I know we're gonna have a great time. An hour passes quickly, you don't wanna miss it. So turn up the radio, it's Youth on the Go. Youth on the Go. Oh, let's start the show. Oh, Youth on the Go. Oh, let's start the show. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I will learn new things. I will be creative. Grab your gears, let's gather around. An adventure is always waiting. There's storytelling news for us, and we always know what's happening. We act, we play, we dance, we sing from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning. Youth on the go. Whoa. Let's start the show. Youth on the go. Whoa. Let's start the show. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Good morning, good morning, good morning to all of our radio listeners, our viewers via Von Radio's Facebook Live and YouTube channels. Seems like we have a call on the line. Good morning. Good morning. All right, we might have lost that caller. But welcome to another edition of Youth on the Go here on Von Radio. And we are here, we're in independence mode, national heroes mode, and I am Zanella Claxton from the Department of Education alongside my co-host,
DeAndre Daniel.
DeAndre. It is always great when we can talk about our country. I don't know if our first question stumped our listeners, but I want to stop and say, guess what's happening right outside the studios of One Radio right now?
They're having beach cleanup.
Oh, you guessed it.
Yeah, because Sister Cammy, there was this lady. She told us about it, and she sent the flyer. And she's like, "Okay, tell me who wants to go." And then they were saying they want to go, and then I'm saying, "Okay, I'm just gonna go on the radio and I'll see if I could talk about it." But I have nothing to talk about, so I'm like, I'll just go on the radio.
You should have gone at 6 o'clock. And then you could have come in at 9 o'clock because it's right here and they're right out there right now.
Yeah, they told me they were going to come
t-shirts.
at Beef. Bath by Von Radio.
Yes.
They said it. They'll be right down there.
So your youth colleagues are right outside right now and they are doing an amazing job cleaning up the beaches, the beach along there. Melissa, I think that's our usual spot that we try to stake a claim to, but I guess it didn't work out this year.
Everyone was laughing. I'm like, okay, I could be the radio talker, and I'll be talking about you guys, and you guys could call.
And you didn't even remember to talk about them, DeAndre. You realize you didn't remember. All right, so we also want to take a few minutes before we continue to highlight and to commend the NHCS, to commend the entire logistical team. They were here. They were out this morning doing a bit of the beach cleanup. They were here last week, talking about the beach cleanup, and so this morning they're actually doing it, and I'm hoping that they made their quota, that they were able to surpass the number of persons they anticipated would be here to do the cleanup alongside them. Okay, so our first question was, we haven't gotten an answer yet, DeAndre, but I think that I cannot let us finish the show this morning without highlighting, at the bottom of the hour, we always turn over to Melissa. But we didn't this morning, and so I think it's important because as you talk about national heroes and nation building and persons who are making a significant contribution, my mind automatically went to the fact that we missed the bottom of the hour. And so over to Melissa. We have to say good morning to this nation builder. We have to say good morning to this very important person. And so over to you, Melissa.
Yes, we have to say good morning to our superhero, of course, Lee Paris Cambridge there in London, England. Good morning, Lee. Happy Saturday to you. We did not forget you, of course. We were just trying to get the kids, involved with our nation, as be a part of our nation building. So happy Saturday to you, Lee, and to your family and friends up there in England. Of course, your sister right here in Nevis, Tracy, and your the rest of your friends and family right here in Nevis. We're rooting for you, and of course you are our national hero as well. So good morning, happy Saturday, keep up the good work, and please, we're praying for you. So as I always say during my morning inspiration, put God first. I know you do, and continue to do that. And of course we're going to continue to pray for you.
All right. Thank you so much, Melissa. And also another nation builder, of course, Auntie Vanny. Good morning to you, Auntie Vanny, because we know that you're also doing an exceptional job. You've done it for many years, supporting Von Radio, supporting persons in the community. And those are persons who we call unsung heroes. And they are sung. We do highlight them. And so you don't have to necessarily get an award to be somebody who is making a significant contribution to the community. It's easy for you to just continue to do what you're supposed to build your country. So we were trying to get the names of the persons who received the awards at National Heroes Park, and it seems like we're a little slow in that, so I'm going to go through those after. If we can get a caller to tell us the names of the persons who received awards or who were awarded at the El Comido T. Willett Park on Thursday morning. We had some persons who were awarded, and if you can give us the list of the persons who were awarded or recognized by the Nevis Island Administration. It's right here. Many of you were at the parade right here in Nevis. Maybe the first question was a little bit more difficult, and I'll read the answer for those after, that one after. But if we can get the names of the persons who received awards during the National Heroes during the Independence Day ceremonial parade and awards ceremony hosted by the Nevis Island Administration at the ETW Park. That would be our final question for the morning. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 awardees, 10 divisions who received their awards at the ETW Park on Thursday morning. Who are those 10 persons, and in what area did they receive the award? All of these things are current information. Students, you have to be paying attention to the news. You have to be aware of what's happening around you. This is part of being a nation builder. Part of being patriotic is knowing what's happening right here in our country. And so we are looking for the names of the persons who were awarded by the Nevis Island Administration on Thursday morning. There were 10 persons. Who are they, and in what area were they recognized? So, DeAndre, I went to that parade. I went to the parade at the ETW Park. It was very nice and very short, and the students turned out. The uniformed bodies for the most part turned out, and we want to also commend. That is an important part of nation building. Tejana told us that she was among those persons who marched, and we're always proud of individuals who are making or who try their best to make a contribution to our country. I love when students, as a student, I was actually in the Girls' Brigade. And so as a student, I would always be part of the ceremonial parade because it was something that, it was an honor to do. Okay? And so we want to encourage students and parents. When the time comes for independence, try to encourage your students, encourage your children at home to be part of the process, so that they can understand what it means to get that sense of pride. I am marching for my country. Okay? And so, in parents, next year, you have a year to think about it, but next year, please make sure that you try your best, that you do your best to encourage your children to be part of the parade. But who were the persons who were honored during the parade on Thursday? There were 10 divisions who were honored. Who were those 10 persons, and in what area were they awarded?
I mean, I don't know. Have you, like, noticed anything different? Like, anything different?
From last week? From 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, like, since my birthday.
Your haircut?
No.
And you'd already told us about your voice?
So it's not different.
Yeah, we know your voice. Remember we talked about it 2 weeks
Yeah,
ago?
but you said that like it
No,
would
I'm looking
take
out.
some
No, I was
time.
looking for something different outside of your voice because we spoke about your voice
So
already.
it hasn't changed yet?
It's
No?
changing.
So
We're
you hear it?
Yes. we're
Okay.
hearing-
Because I asked my mom, she's like, yeah, just stop worrying about it. I don't hear nothing. It's not changing. It's still the same. I'm like, I feel something here. It's changing. She's like, no, it's not changing. I'm like, okay.
It's not significant, but change takes place slowly over time.
But you hear something different.
It's changing.
Okay.
Okay?
So I have one person now.
Yes.
The first person.
You're making strides. Okay. So I don't know if our questions are too hard, but let me go through and see. And parents, maybe you should get your children to have their papers and notebooks and pencils out. So the awardees for the Nevis Island Administration's Independence Parade were in the area of business, Mr. Carl Claxton, Mr. Brian Powell, better known as Buju. In education, Mrs. Gwyneth Maynard and Mrs. Josette Myers. In entertainment, we had Mr. Burnett Thompson, better known as Nutsy. Community service and government, Mr. Colin Tyrrell. Public service, Mr. Laurie Lawrence. Healthcare, Miss Ermine Jeffers. Electricity, Mr. Elvis Maynard, better known as Star, and in fishing, Mr. Franklin Daniel. Okay, he might be related to you as well, Andre. I'm pretty sure he is. And then for the awards in St. Kitts at the National Heroes Park, we had Dr. Calvin Hazel for spiritual development and advancement of our people, Bishop Joseph Henville for religion and community development, Mr. Erskine Edwards for public service and diplomacy, Mr. Augustine Merchant, and we know Mr. Merchant from right here in Nevis, for agricultural development in the service to our nation, and Mr. Bruce Skerritt for music locally, regionally, and internationally. And then we also saw awarded Mrs. Marilyn Bertie Gishard for education and religion, Mr. Lester Blackett in the area of sports, Mrs. Yvette Slack for preschool education and community activism, Mr. Antonio Liebert, and so Mr. Antonio Liebert for culture, Mr. Everett Weber Herbert for broadcasting, and you know Mr. Herbert is right here, he represents Vaughan Radio, and everyone who listens to Vaughan Radio knows Mr. Herbert well, and we know of his immense contribution to the development of our nation through broadcasting. We have Mrs. Arabella Nisbet for farming, Mrs. Erlene Maynard for education. She's also right here from Nevis, recently retired, and so we know of her contributions as well. Mr. Anthony Evelyn for ongoing efforts to enhance the cause of building contractors. Miss Julietta Martin, performing arts in the area of dance. Mrs. Alice Swanston for education and community outreach. And we also know Mrs. Swanston because she's right here on the island, from the island of Nevis. She was a principal, stalwart in education, and who went on to work in the Boys Brigade and other areas, and Girls Brigade. Mr. Oswald Elliott, education, and Mick Stokes Heiliger, musical production and artistry. And on that note, congratulations to all of the winners, and we'll come back to you next week. Have a wonderful week.